Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your boy, Corey Cunningham. Good evening, campers, dreamers, and babysitters. And yes, the celebration of Samhain is upon us. We've arrived once again at the bittersweet moment that is the end of October. Yes, Halloween is just a day away. And with that, the final day of the Splatterthon. Yes, we always have a lot of fun here on the channel. We love celebrating Splatterthon with you guys. Lots of exclusive fun reviews this year. But we got more content coming along the way. Don't forget, we have December to Dismember right around the corner as well. Although Luke is going to be responsible for the grand finale with the big video he's been working on, I wanted to throw my hat in the ring and do something fun. Like we said, we're going to be doing more of these top 10, top 5 lists as we go along with the channel. It's been something that's been requested, and this one was specifically requested. I'll get more into that later. But yes, I just wanted to go through my top 5 horror films that I think you should watch this Halloween. On a quick side note, I just want to say that each of these films on this list, except for one, have formal reviews up on the channel right now. I'm going to annotate them as I go along, as well as link them in the description down below. So that way you guys, if you want to get more information on the film, more in-depth thoughts on it from myself and Luke, you can find that down below. And just decide if this is truly the film you want to spend your Halloween night of 2023 enjoying. And that's my only real specification here for this list, is that these films are not your usual suspects. These are not the classics. These are not Halloween and Trick or Treat and all the other great ones that we have. No, these are all specifically linked to this year. So these are all going to be current releases that you can find on streaming services and VOD. So without further ado, let's hop into the top 5 new horror movies that you must watch this Halloween. Number 5. The Boogeyman. Yes, folks, Stephen King has a long list of TV and film adaptations associated with his name. Some ranging from all-time classics to pretty good, and then also really terrible. But I have to say, this past year's edition of The Boogeyman is one of my favorites in recent memory. Based off of a short story in his novella Graveyard Shift, this is seriously one of the best ideas you can have when it comes to adapting King. We've said it on the channel numerous times that it seems like King's ideas are best served when they're just in a little bottle and you can kind of grow from them. That being said, I think The Boogeyman is one of the best examples of this. It takes just a little concept from his short story and grows upon it, giving you so much atmosphere, great characters, tension, and very, very horrific scenes involving a very unique creature and a twist on the Boogeyman lore that we've all come to know and love. In my opinion, it's a thrilling watch and will undoubtedly make you second guess leaving your closet door open at night. So that's why it makes my number 5 spot. You can find The Boogeyman streaming right now on Hulu. Number 4, Hell House LLC Origins, The Carmichael Manor. Hell House LLC Origins is a review I just posted a couple days ago, and as of now is available on Shudder. So you can watch this thing. It just popped up today on the 30th, so it's very fresh, it's very new out there. I'm real excited to see what people are going to think of this, because I thought this was a welcome addition to a franchise that I didn't really think needed many sequels. To be specific, I thought that the first Hell House was a really great bottle film. I thought that you had a good concept there, a lot of really cool scares, and it was a gem of the found footage genre. Sequels, although not being bad movies, I think really take away from that scare factor. But the thing about Origin is that it's a prequel, and it very much returns to form when it comes to that scare factor that I was missing. This film is oozing with great ideas, great expansions, and of course, a lot of really impactful scares. I see this one as a very nice way to close out your Halloween evening. So maybe start with something a little bit harsher, a little bit more upbeat, but then use this one to kind of really end the night, give you something unsettling. I think that the best thing about the Hell House films is that they don't necessarily hit you hard right away. There's a couple of really good scares in each one that will, but I think the best part is that they just kind of live with you for days and days after. You think about certain scares, you think about things that you might have seen that you're not sure, and it just sticks with you. And that's my favorite part about this, and I think that Hell House Origin does exactly that. Again, you can watch this one on Shudder right now. Number 3, Dark Harvest. On top of being a period piece and an excellent creature feature, Dark Harvest is one of 2 films that I feel really captured the spirit of Halloween this year. David Slade brings this adaptation to life in stunningly gory fashion, with tone and characters that are a bit harder edged than I think most audiences will be prepared for. This film really feels like it's in a world of its own, and by the end, you'll find yourself wondering, why the hell didn't this get a theatrical release? Stunning creature effects, a stacked cast of great character actors, and a story that's equal parts surprising and effective. And again, it captures that Halloween spirit tenfold. I think Dark Harvest is going to be a lot like Trick or Treat in the next few years, where we're going to be revisiting this film more and more, and I think more people are going to pick it up every single Halloween. I hope you pick it up this year and can get on the bandwagon early, because it's great. You can rent Dark Harvest on VOD right now. Number 2, When Evil Lurks. This is easily one of the most divisive picks that I'm going to have on this list. The latest flick from Damien Rugna is one of the most unique and grotesque possession films that I have seen in ages, offering up some fresh takes on tired tropes and more than a few jaw-dropping moments of absolute shock horror. When Evil Lurks won't get under your skin slowly. In fact, it's just gonna peel it right off. I really enjoyed my time with this movie, and yes, it is divisive. People seem to be either in it or out of it, and I think that's kind of the best thing about it, is like, if you want to join the club, join up, enjoy this film for what it brings. But yes, this is very hard-edged, and it is going to leave you with your jaw hitting the floor in a few spots. Best part about it is that you can watch When Evil Lurks on Shudder right now. And yes, we've made it to number 1, folks. And before I get into the last film on this list, and the film that I definitely think you should watch this Halloween, I want to again toss the future of this series off to you guys. This current list was requested by Mike Frieda here on YouTube. So we hope you enjoyed this, Mike, and thank you for the suggestion. Now, if you guys have any recommendations for lists, whether it's new films, old films, characters, all the good horror stuff in between, feel free to let us know in the comments, and we'll make sure to pick a few of them out as we go along here. And of course, if we pick your list, you will also get a shout out and be featured on this channel. Number 1, Cobweb. Like I said at the start, all of these films but one have standalone reviews on the channel, and Cobweb is the movie that does not. This movie, a lot like Dark Harvest, got caught in some very strange circumstances this year. Not only was it dumped in the middle of the summer, but it was dumped right at the time that the Barbenheimer thing was going on, so nobody went and saw this thing. Like, the studio really just left it out to die. We had some passing interests of going to check this thing out based on word of mouth, but no theater around us was playing it. And to be fair, we were deep into production of our short film Sycophant. But we did get a chance to check it out, and we just really ran out of time as far as getting a review out to you guys. Now, we're going to get a formal review out, but I would be totally remiss if I did not include this on my list, because Cobweb is pretty fucking good. Cobweb is an absolute gem of a horror film, and not just that, but capturing that Halloween spirit. Yes, this is that other film, aside from Dark Harvest, that I think catches the tone and the feeling of Halloween and that time of year and the season with the leaves and the pumpkins and everything. They just do an excellent job here. The film is full of mystery and intrigue and will keep you guessing the entire runtime of what exactly is going on here. I just don't understand why this thing was thrown away. There are so many aspects to love about Cobweb, from everything from the performances to the music to just the presentation in general. This looks extremely high budget. You can really tell that there's care and passion put behind this film. Even our central antagonist, which I will not spoil, is very unique and different than what we're used to seeing when it comes to these kinds of stories. I will say, for the sake of honesty, this film doesn't really land on the end for me all that well. I think that it does leave a little bit to be desired, and it feels a bit abrupt. But I don't want that to take away from an overall wonderful experience that I had with Cobweb. I own this film on Blu-ray. I'm excited to watch it again right before the Halloween season ends. And I think that this, just like Dark Harvest, could end up as being a modern Halloween classic. Of all the films on this list, you can't go wrong with any of them as your pick for Halloween night. But I think Cobweb will give you your fill of Halloween goodness this year. So that's my list, guys. That's my top 5. Definitely thank you for stopping by and watching it. Let me know what you guys think are the top 5 films you need to check out for Halloween this year. I know we've had a lot of great stuff. I wanted to add things like Skinamarink on here just because you throw that film on at 3 a.m., it's gonna scare you, no problem, no questions asked. But again, I think that we're getting so close to the end of the year that there will be a lot of praise for certain films, and I really wanted to highlight the ones that I felt would give you just the right feeling for Halloween night. So again, thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for celebrating this year with us on the channel. Again, Luke has a phenomenal video coming out tomorrow, so definitely stay tuned for that, especially if you're a Friday the 13th fan. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what the rest of this year is going to bring. We got some cool slashers coming up in November, and of course, we are gearing up for December to Dismember. Lots of fun stuff there. So until next time, guys, I am Dylan Newell, and remember, stay scared.